Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mage Knight. If you haven't watched my previous Mage Knight series, you should probably go watch it. I'll be explaining less in this game than I did in the last one. I will be still explaining some things because we turned on the expansion, which includes various new kinds of monster abilities and some new cards. But more importantly, it includes a new scenario. So rather than playing Conquest, which is kind of the basic most vanilla scenario you can play, we'll play Volkar's Return. The expansion introduces Volkar, who acts as an opponent in solo or cooperative games. Unlike the dummy who just kind of controls the pacing of the game, Volkar also has some effects on what's going on inside the game, and so Volkar's Return is kind of the most interactive solo game you can get. So we're going to be playing that one. He acts like another Mage Knight. His goal is to conquer the city, or actually to enter the city. They're friends. For some reason, the city has decided they like him, and so if he gets into the city, we lose the game. If he gets there before us, he just walks in. If he gets there after us, after we've conquered the city, then he has to defeat us, or we have to defeat him, and that's what determines the end of the thing. And so he's a quite challenging fight, more difficult than a city typically. Anyway, we'll get to some more details of that. I think I'm going to play Tovak here. We played Aretha in my last on-camera game, and those are the two kind of base game heroes that I understand the best, and I don't know. The expansion heroes just don't excite me that much, so I don't really... I played like one game with each of them, but they're not like... I'm not into them that much. I did have a fun time with Krang, though, who like... one of the things he's good at is making up for losing a bunch of reputation, and I happened to draw two monasteries next to each other to burn down, which was nice. Anyway, so we're gonna start this game here. So Tovak is kind of just like your generic kind of good at hitting dudes guy. His built-in abilities are good at blocking, or his basic cards are like good at blocking and just at being a little bit flexible. He has a better improvisation and a better determination. And his skills that he get tend to be combat related. Add some attack, add some block, deal with a wound, something like that. So what have we drawn in our starting hand? Here's Cold Toughness, his better determination. You can see it blocks a bit more, and it's an elemental block. He also has a better improvisation, which we talked about, but we'll get to more about that later. Okay, so where do I want... Okay, here's a new kind of enemy. It has this, Oh, what's that called? It's not lumbering, it's cumbersome, I think. It has a cumbersome attack, that's what the boulder means. And so it attacks for 7, which is obviously insane for, like, a starting enemy, for just a green enemy. And the way it works is that each move that you play during combat reduces its attack by that amount. So, unlike blocks, which have to be all or nothing, you can reduce its attack with move and then like block the rest or just take the rest as damage or whatever. And here's Volkar. He's going to move according to the cards he draws from his deck in either the white, blue, or green direction. And so on average, of course, he just goes straight east, but you might sometimes get him go more northerly or more southerly until the city is revealed, and then he'll just move straight towards the city. There are 5 countryside tiles in here, and then one... Can we even see? No, they all look the same. One non-city core tile, and then the city core tile at the very bottom. So, here's our hand. What can we do, and what do we want to do? This is how you choose what tactic to take. Right now the source looks pretty okay. Gold, green, and blue. I would like to get to this dungeon and deal with this guy. Maybe dealing with this guy would be a better thing to do first so we can get a level up to deal with what's in the dungeon. We could take planning and then like power stamina and use swiftness to get onto the dungeon. And then next turn go after this, probably. Or we could take a mana steal and like steal the blue, since having cold toughness available powered might be very useful against what's in the dungeon. But I kind of want to spend the blue now. Obviously I could spend the gold as blue, but it's nice to keep gold in the supply, in the source. I think I'll just take planning. Go with that first plan. And Volkar randomly chooses the right moment, so we get to go before him. And my plan is pretty boring. I'm just gonna... That's blue. Take some blue from the source, and a swiftness to move 4 from the portal, where all players start, to here. 2 for the green, and then 4 for this wasteland. And we could attack or go into the dungeon now, but that seems rather brave, since I don't have any mana available and my hand is not enough to easily deal with anything. We'll just end the turn here. Kind of a lame turn. We did get the blue back, that might be nice. And it's Volkar's turn now. He draws a wound, which means he doesn't move, and rolls green. If he rolls blue, he'll hire this unit away from us and make his army stronger. Oh, we should talk about his army. He starts with several units, stronger than a typical like city garrison that you would face in this scenario. And also, he attacks himself according to the die that he draws. And he can increase the size of his army over the course of the game, so he may well have like twice as much as this when we fight him. If you get lucky, or you're careful to like hire these units as fast as you can, maybe you can face him at just this strength, but usually you should expect him to be a bit stronger. Okay, this is actually great. Oh, I don't have swiftness anymore. Haha. Concentrating on swiftness would have been nice, but I can't do that. So we're not going to be able to like ranged attack anything down at the moment, sadly. And I don't have any moves to fight this with, or to avoid its attacks. Now, I guess cold toughness would block for like 8 if it were powered, right? Because he has 1, 2, 3 special abilities, so it would block for 8. And then I would have to come up with 4 damage. Which, I mean, is easy enough. Rage, influence sideways, mana draw sideways? Yeah. I mean, I don't like having to discard my mana draw. But, you know, that's life. Is there something better we could do here? Using mana draw to gain 2 crystals? I don't think so. I guess we could use mana draw to gain 2 blues. I don't know, that just sucks. Let's not do that. Okay, so we're going to challenge this guy. Now, we could consider challenging the dungeon monster, since I do have a big block. Yeah, maybe that's the thing to do, and then assume that when I have to fight this guy, I'll have some moves in hand. Or my other swiftness, which if I concentrated on would be enough. So let's actually fight the dungeon monster first, I think. Planning to power cold toughness to block, and then like mana draw out an extra green to concentrate on rage or something like that for damage. Okay, I was wondering what I would do about a werewolf. Obviously, I'm not blocking this. It requires 14 block. And so I'm going to get 4 wounds, which is unpleasant. But what can you do? And at least it should be easy to kill, right? I'm just going to... I guess take a gold here. And play my... my influence, of course. My promise sideways is 5 damage. So that's going to kill him. And my reward is going to be what again? Either a spell or an artifact. Usually an artifact. I feel like I always get spells out of this. Okay, but before I end my turn, I do have other stuff to do. Specifically, I'm going to mana draw to let me take an extra blue die and crystallize that blue to, I guess, just blue. Because the card I still have in hand is Cold Toughness, and I know that's enough to defeat this guy, which is a combat I'm likely to take on, or to block him. It's a combat I'm likely to take on after I rest. Now, the spells on offer might make me change my mind. Like, I guess ranged fire attack 5 would be pretty cool. Maybe I should crystallize red, actually. It's blue, so I can choose, right? Gain crystal of any color. But most of the time I'll get an artifact, not a spell. And I have no idea what the artifact will do. So I think I'll just hang on to the known quantity, Cold Toughness. And we're going to level up, but you should technically gain your combat rewards before level up. So we'll do that. It's an artifact, okay? Ooh. Okay, these are both pretty good. So the Sword of Justice is a great melee attack thing, which would certainly be enough to let me finish off that catapult or stone thrower or whatever it is. Yeah, it can really attack for a lot. And Sapphire Ring gives you blue mana and fame, both of which are nice. I don't know. I think I'll take the Sword of Justice. Obviously, you can't discard wounds to it. Anytime a card says a card, it means a non-wound card unless otherwise specified. So that's going to be our turn. And, I mean, regeneration looks pretty good right now. Healing 2 of these wounds. You know, I might still want to rest, but at least I'll have 2 fewer wounds in my deck. Yeah, I mean, Dodge and Weave is also a great card in general. But right now I can't easily power it. Ah, and here's, yeah, I feel no pain. Discard a wound to draw a card. So I think with that and regeneration, I can safely just not have to rest. So that's why I'm going to take these 2 skills. Don't get me wrong, Shield Mastery is also great. But okay, rewards claimed. I crystallized blue, right, okay. Volkar moves... Ooh, he drew a spell. So on a spell, he moves that direction twice. Usually he moves only once. But he moved this way twice. He has 1 spell of each color. So that's it. That was his blue spell. Okay, well... Oh, I don't have the... Oh, no. Of course, I'm going to use this skill. Oh, I was like... I took this regeneration, but it's not in my hand because I didn't draw any new cards, but I feel no pain is a perfect combo. It says discard a wound to draw a card. Got it. Now I can play regeneration to heal 2 more wounds, and we're like practically back to normal. Not ready to fight this guy just yet, but we will be next turn. Okay. And we're drawing up to 6, remember, because we took planning as our tactic. He moves blue again. All right. So he's been making a straight line, as you can see by these little arrows. Okay. Well, should I heal this wound or just draw through it? It depends on how much I need to fight this guy here. Is there blue in the source? There's not. So I can't power Cold Toughness right now, except by using this. It's a bit of a nuisance. But I think it's... Well, that's not true. I could use Concentration. Concentration to gain blue mana, power this. Sword of Justice to discard 2 cards, attacking for 6, which easily kills this guy. It means I won't be healing this wound, but I guess that's fine. So I guess I'll just play this skill first to draw a card. Okay. Right. That means I get to keep one of these cards around. Means I get kind of a bad use of concentration, but that's life. Give me the blue token, please. Let me challenge this guy. Okay. So we're challenging him. We skip the ranged attack phase, we move to the block phase. He attacks for 7. But I power this. It gives Ice Block 5, each ability or color of attack depicted on the token. And so he has 3 abilities: Fortified, Physical Resistance, and Cumbersome, or whatever it's called. I always forget. I think it's Cumbersome. So we block for 8. That's enough. And then for our attacks, we play Sword of Justice. Discard any number of cards from your hand. I choose Threaten and Tranquility. Gain 3 attack for each. So it's a total of 6, easily getting through his 2 with Physical Resistance, and you gain 1 extra fame for defeating an enemy in that way. Great. Rewards claimed. He rests again and still does nothing. Or again? I don't remember. Has he rested before? I guess I should look, huh? Yeah, he did rest on like turn 1 or 2 or something. Okay, great. So now I have a bunch of moves, which is good because I want to get moving. How realistic is this? Not very, right? Yeah. A mage tower we could maybe handle. It would be kind of nice to come down here and get to this keep. I love keeps. What's in the source right now? Just red. Okay, well that'll power instinct, I guess. That means that if I want to get in there... Well, actually, this mage tower is easier to get to. This is 6 moves away, and this is only 5. But I guess that's the same thing, so I only have even amounts of move. And this one is closer to the keep, which I'd like to get to. Also, standing right next to Volkar is a little dangerous. He might decide to attack you. So I want to head down here. Let's turn on auto flip. I want to head down here. And I don't have a way to power any moves to do it, so I guess I'll just play a green. I guess that's not true. I could power my blue, but I can always do that later. If for some reason I decide I want to assault them this very turn. Okay. So I'm up to... Yeah, I did get this, so I would only gain 2 wounds to hand and 2 to discard if I assaulted them now. I need 5 damage? I can do that. I can't block, but that's okay. Yeah. I don't even have to spend my blue crystal. Move, move. That's 4. And they attack me for 5. I gain 2 wounds. And because they're poisonous, also 2 wounds to my discard. Then we strike back with Powered Rage for 4. And this for 2 more. 2 more attacks. So that kills him. And we get to take a spell. I mean, Earthquake is great for cities, but this combat is not... This scenario is not really about cities. So probably something else. These are all, like, just generally fine spells. Siege Fire 8 is pretty cool. We kind of want to be able to... Yeah, I think I'll take a Fireball. There you go. That's my reward for fighting the mages. Rewards claimed. And deck is just about empty here, sadly. So we'll get to see who's in the keep, but we won't be able to assault the keep, alas. He moves green this time. Alright, heading down towards me, fine. Well, there's no green in the source, so I guess I'll just move. There is some benefit in staying on the mage tower, so I could hire stuff there next turn, but I'm not going to do that. And who do we have? Yeah, okay. Fine. Sadly, you can't do anything with the spell right now. If I could get in there, like, if I had 4 more move, I could do it. I would just let them hit me and then range attack to kill them. But I can't. So, sadly, this is the end of the round. I think it was worth spending a turn doing that, though. It means Volkar gets another turn, but now I know what I'm up against when I go in there, and so if I draw a bad hand, I might choose to explore this first. Okay, so he didn't end up hiring anything this round. That's good news. We're going to call end of round 1. And you know what? I might actually get away with only doing 3 episodes of this instead of 6, if I can play all my rounds as fast as that one. In this, with Volkare, you only throw away the tactic you use, not the one he used. I think we'll just do night 1 in the same video. How exciting. What do I have? Can I handle these guys? Don't have much in the way of attacks. Who's for sale, by the way? Okay, so there's shock troops at the keep, and if we were to backtrack to the mage tower, there are magic familiars, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, these guys have... Is not being fortified an ability? I guess it doesn't matter. If I power ice block, cold toughness, it blocks regardless, and if I don't, it doesn't regardless. It doesn't care how much they have. So could I take them right now? Like, clearly not, right? I don't have any attacks, basically. But I could, you know, preparation into a card if I wanted. And I have Tranquility in hand right away to draw, to like heal whatever wounds I get from the combat, which is nice. So maybe if I preparation into some big attack, like... Oh, for example, is there any red mana? There's not. Ugh. I have this fireball that would be perfect for this combat, but no red mana. I can take mana search, but I don't have a fireball in that case. They're not fortified, remember, even though it's a keep. Oh, although they are swift, so I think that's what that symbol means. What it's called? No, swiftness is the attack thing. They have elusive or evasive or something, which means in the ranged phase they have 6 armor instead of 3. Okay, so a fireball wouldn't do it. But if I could move in there... There's no blue mana either. I have some, I suppose. Can move in there for 4. Attack. I mean, any one card. Actually, now that I look at it, mana draw powered giving me blue is really good. Right? I turn this gold mana blue, spending white. Then I can move 4, getting in there. Block 5, handling the attack, and then all I need is a way to defeat them, and like a rage would do it. And I could even keep the promise in hand for hiring something. Yeah, that sounds great. So I think I just want to prepare rage, believe it or not. Usually you want to prepare good cards, but like I don't think I have anything else that I want more than that right now. Sword of Justice is sort of overkill. Yeah. Give me a rage. Oh, and he takes number 6. We get to go first. How nice is that? So search that rage. Here we go. Cool. So here's the deal. We're going to mana draw, paying white, to take a mana die and set it to some color other than gold. I choose blue. And gain 2 blue tokens. Spend 1 on stamina to get 4 move to move in here. And the other on ice block, oops, on cold toughness to get me ice block 6 or maybe 7, but it doesn't matter. 5 is enough. Then we just bop him in the head with rage, oops, and tranquility for 3. And that's him taken care of. Now I gain level up rewards again, okay. Oh, something I should note. There's variant rules in the rulebook for, like, if you're playing solo, you might consider cycling stuff out of the offer more quickly. But I always forget to do it between rounds and, like, whatever. I guess we're just not going to do it. So this says you can play cards sideways for 2 once per turn, or 3 if you use no mana from the source. Honestly, I think I just want the Ice Bolt, and that means that I can take the white motivation skill. Motivation skills are pretty great. So just give me those level up rewards. Yep. Process Volkar. He does nothing. And this time he hires the magical familiars, so they're no longer in the offer. And he has 1 more gray unit defending him. Okay. So for starters, let's get this wound out of here, right? I don't want to heal it, right? Okay, I have a concentration. So we probably want to hire these shock troops. That was sort of the idea. But it sure would be nice to do a little bit of exploring as well. I want to use my white mana from the source to power the promise, so I probably just play this unpowered. I could instead wait a turn and power it next turn, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with the mana, so let's just move a little faster. Speed is useful against Volkar. Give him fewer turns, so you get more time to get to the city and so on. So we'll explore this tile. He might explore this one for me. Okay, well, not somewhere I'm excited to go during the night, let me tell you. With all these forests around. But a magical glade might be a nice way to heal some of the wounds. We're going to be putting this one in the discard pile after all, so maybe worth doing later. But for now, we're just going to promise, powered by white, and I need 2 more influence, I believe. Yep. My reputation is 0, so that's plenty. And I'm gonna use these 2. I mean, concentration swiftness is a nice way to deal with this guy, I suppose. So I could consider getting rid of my Ice Bolt instead. I could have used my motivation skill, but I can't use it during the middle of a turn. I've already revealed a tile. Actually, it says once a round. It does not say at the beginning of your turn? Okay, so I can do it now if I want. Just to let me keep some better cards. Okay, let's do that now. And it'll give me a white mana, which could be useful for something. To promise. So let's only go this far. This I can't roll back because I did it after learning about what's here. But that stuff I can put back. Give me motivation. 2 wounds, huh? Very funny. Okay, well that stinks a lot. That's like the only draw where I can't do anything with them. Okay, well, do we want to re-roll the white die from the source? I mean, because I could choose not to use the token and use a die instead. I feel bad about discarding Ice Bolt, but I do think Concentration Swiftness is a good combo to keep, so we'll do that. And I'm probably not going to want any more white mana as much as I want blue or green for a better move into the forest. So I'll use this die on Promise and play these sideways. I mean, there is another swiftness in the deck, I guess. I could hope to draw it and then keep this. Yeah, and if I don't, like, I'll deal with those guys some other way. Okay, so this is how I'm going to hire the shock. Oh, also shock troops might help me deal with these guys without needing concentration. I see. So I can do a ranged attack 1. Okay, so maybe what I do is I keep the swiftness in hand and get rid of concentration. Although, then I'm using this white, so I want the white back there. Wait a minute. If I'm getting rid of concentration anyway, then I can keep the rage by concentrating on my promise, like so. Just get influence 6 in one card. Okay. And gain a blue crystal as well. Alright, that was a complicated decision, I think. But I think I got something at least reasonable, if not best. Alright, end turn. Volkar moves blue again. So he is revealing this tile. Okay. Might have been a bit awkward if there were a rampaging enemy here, I guess, because then I couldn't walk into this so easily, but that didn't happen. Alright, I did draw the other swiftness, so either would have worked, I guess. Oh, I have a fireball as well, but no red? Yeah. Oh, I didn't get any moves. Well, okay, first, I suppose, let's get rid of this and draw a card. Maybe it'll be something useful. It's a move. Perfect. I can't power it, but I don't need to. So move 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my plan. To get me here. And then challenge this bloke. Now, he has 4 armor, so I'm going to use a white die from the source. And, oh, he's over here now. This unit's ranged attack 1. So we do a total of 4 damage to him at ranged, and he dies. So that works out just fine. Now, remind me, I can Magic Blade is discard or hand, right? Hand or discard pile, yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's any difference. Yes, there are wounds in my deck, so while throwing away this wound will mean I can't use this ability, it still, like, kind of effectively draws me a card now to get rid of it, because I'll have 1 more card in hand. If I draw no more wounds next turn, it won't make a difference which I choose. But if I do draw another wound, I will prefer to have gotten rid of this card with my Magical Blade. This wound, I guess. Okay, do 2 more wounds. Very exciting. He moved green. Oh my god, he's bearing down on me practically. Why did this not get removed? Whatever. No, don't turn it into a wound. Okay. It's hard now to draw wound. Now that the mod author added this thing where, like, if you put a wound on a unit, it's like, oh, you meant to use a wound token. Here you go. By the way, the rules do suggest putting the wounds up near the top to remind you that it costs 2 levels to heal a unit of strength 2. Or it costs 2 healing to heal a unit at level 2. So the mod puts them at the bottom, which, like, seems reasonable. but isn't actually what the rules recommend. I don't know whether that's something you would want to change or not. Luckily, I have regeneration in hand. And no green mana in source, though. There is red, which is kind of nice for fighting this stuff. Oh, and I have black as well. Okay. So I guess we have a pretty straightforward turn here. I can't heal both of these with regeneration because there's no green, so I might as well discard one to draw. It's another wound, okay. And then I'm just going to regenerate for 1, which also readies this unit, very nice. And crystallize the red that's in the source. That'll help with the, I mean, obviously I could just like walk there and use the red from source, but now I have access to this red plus whatever else shows up in the source. And the fact that I'm on a magical glade means once I move here, I'll have black mana to get the powerful effect. Okay, this is enough. Oh, I should have removed this because of the glade as well, yeah. For the same reasons as before. It's better to do that than from your discard pile. Unless you have more healing. I guess that would be another reason to want one in your hand, but I don't. So, man, my deck is like almost gone already. It's been a quick night. I guess standing in a keep does, or next to a keep, does tend to speed things up. Volkar draws a wound, and there's no one to hire. Okay. My turn. What's in the source? It's blue. I can't use blue. Well, it's pretty tough to move there, but I really would like to do that. So I guess we play move 5, like so. And just hope that a firestorm will be enough to handle whatever's here. It might not even be enemies. It might be like, give me some mana, and I'll be like, okay, I hope it's blue. But there's nothing else productive I could do this turn. I guess I could stay on the glade, I suppose. To heal more wounds. How many wounds are in my deck? There's 3 left. That's fine. I don't need to heal them. Alright, let's go here and hope I can handle whatever's there. Hello? A keep enemy and a brown enemy. Do I think I can handle that with just a single fireball? I also have a unit. So I can do 9 range damage, basically. I mean, I think it's unlikely to kill them both, but it could kill one, and I believe that's progress, right? Ruins. Any undefeated enemies remain and can be fought later. When you defeat the last one, mark it. Okay, I mean, and there are... I could get lucky. I believe there are sets of brown and gray enemies that you could kill with a single siege attack of strength 9. Or range attack of strength 9. For example, we could get like crossbowmen and Medusa or something, right? Or gargoyle. It would kind of have to be crossbowmen, wouldn't it? Any of the others of these are too big to be killed all at once. You could kill these guys, but not if you combined with the ranged. Oh, you could reduce armor by 1 with the other dudes. I don't know, it could work. I'll give it a try. I don't mind taking a couple more wounds to make my next turn easier. Oof. Fire resistant, huh? Alright, well, at least we get to deal with these guys. So here we go. There is no red in the source, so I have to take this red and this black to do a wound myself for 1. Siege Fire 8 kills this guy. You, on the other hand, oh, don't forget I have this. Does this help somehow? No, right? I mean, it could help. So right now, if these guys attack me, I'll take 2 wounds to hand and 2 to discard. I guess actually what I should do is use this to reduce your attack by 1. And then it's just 2 wounds to 1 wound to my hand and 1 to my discard, which is fine. And this guy lives. But we did get this one. At the cost of 3 wounds, because I had to use this. Okay. Well, not ideal, but now we know who's there. Volkar does nothing, and we end the round. Rewards claimed. Get rid of this. And the next episode, I guess, we'll do day 3 and possibly night. Oh, sorry, day 2 and possibly night 2. We shall see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.